Good morning, good evening, and good night. Whatever works best for all of you folk. Welcome to this episode 4, right? We're on episode 4 of the book writing live stream. Now, think about that. If you've watched all the way till now and you haven't been double speeding this video, you have wasted so much time that you could have saved. And I must say thank you for that. Thank you for watching, this. It's great to have you here, even though if I actually don't know if anyone is watching this, other than the view count, which mostly consists of myself. Now, as you can probably hear, I do have background music playing because I get that when I don't talk, it can seem dead quiet. So I try to fill that up with both the automatic clicking sounds of oh, if I break everything, that is. Did I just break everything? Yeah. Yeah, with the automatic clicking sounds that my keyboard makes now, I try to add to it. Hold on. There you go. And how does the background? We look good. Okay. Well, welcome to episode 4, I believe, of Writing a Book series. It is a dead serious series of great adventures. Um, how does it go in Princess Bride? Of pirates and true love, except we have neither pirates or true love in this book. I'm sorry to tell you. Instead, it's about robots and I don't know, identity crisis. But it's more interesting than it sounds because this is a book about a girl who finds out that she's a robot, as you may know if you've watched the previous episodes. So we're on chapter 6 now. What should we call this chapter? Uh, Ba-ba-ba-bum. What do they need to do? So they've talked. Uh, wow, this music is louder than I thought, but that's fine. I'm sure it's really quiet on OBS. So okay, let's think here. They, I need. Let me explain what my thought process here. Okay, so Sona and the group are at home. They're at home. I need them to be in Mississippi. Problem is school. I School is happening at the moment, and I do not believe that they would just do a road trip to Mississippi like when school is happening, at least just immediately. I think they they need a reason with an I for why they are to, I guess, skip school, or they just need to wait for school to end. And I'm wondering which kind of flows better. So let's see. This, I could ask, but this isn't a live stream. I know I've lied. This is actually a what's it? Premiere. So you'll just have to leave a comment, I guess, and we can work with that. But I mean, let's see. Is chapter 6 the chapter? Let's see. Let's go to actually, I don't want to do that. We're going to go to the other window I have here that you can't see. Let's go to the first draft. That's right. You guys are going to get the tiniest sneak peek of the first draft of my book. We're going to see what was chapter 6 on my first draft. And we'll see what I did there. This is why you write first drafts, folk. Don't start with the second draft. That it doesn't work. Trust me. Okay. Uh wow, it is slow. I know how I can fix it. Give me a moment. Oh, did I? I might have. Okay, give me a moment. Yeah, overload. I need to... Wow. Okay. Oh, wait, I've just disconnected from the internet. Is it... If I were to guess, it's probably the, No, I don't have a limiter on, okay. Never mind then. Okay, here it is. Pneumatic first draft. Sorry, that took a bit. Let's see what chapter 6 was here. Also, you've seen, if I'm right, you've seen the, this used to be the first draft. As I said, this is the first draft. Oh, computer, I need you to not die. Why is it dying on me? Stop dying. Okay, as I was saying, I forgot. Sorry, I'm in dark mode at the moment. Let's get out of dark mode. Okay. So, this is the first draft placeholder. I want to say thumbnail, but that's YouTube. Cover for the book. I have an idea for a second draft, so it's coming soon, but you'll just have to wait for that. And wow, we are on the verge of death here. Okay. Chapter 6. Okay, you guys ready for this? The equivalent of chapter 6 in the first draft to the second draft is chapter 3. So we are going twice as fast, but yep. And get this, chapter 4 is in the dark. Oh, I guess there's not even really a chapter 4. They don't start like leaving the school till chapter 10. Okay? You heard that right. The beginning of the book is 10 chapters. And then it goes on for 7 chapters more before the book actually ends. So, I'm glad we're going a lot faster this time. Okay. Chapter 6, we'll call it if Chapter 5 is Nightmares and Memories. I think we should call Chapter 6. No. So it's this is basically what it's going to be. It's going to be Sona and the group. They need a reason to go to Mississippi. So what's going to happen is something happens. They start leaving. Or at least the thought of starting to leave happened. So let's get started, shall we? Okay. Chapter 6 title. How about we start writing and we'll come up with a title later. So, tab, we make an indent and we start writing. So, last we left off on chapter 5, she woke up, she was working on homework. All that. I feel like After that, you're not in a homework kind of mood. Should we say, is this next day or same day? I think same day. Different perspective. Maybe a Jake perspective. Jake is the friend of Sona. I mean, Jake is going through this whole thing. What was chapter 3 like again? Note, we need to rewrite this part, but quiet. This side, I think we might have to rewrite also. Okay, let's go to chapter 6 again. I think I think we need Jake perspective. I think that's how we're gonna continue the story. We'll call it a placeholder. How the cookie crumbles. That is the title. How the cookie crumbles. And actually, we'll just replace placeholder with an asterisk. And that's to let it know that it is a placeholder. And it's going to be a Jake perspective. We'll say Jake Doddridge? I didn't get that, but what? Okay. Jake laid down on his bed after school ended. Readjustments I have to see. Jake can clearly... I am so confused of what this is. We're gonna leave a comment here. Okay. Jake came to Sona's house. So this is why we have background music, so that you can survive me not talking and reading. Okay, we'll do a grammar check throughout this thing elsewhere, but I have what I need for chapter 4 now. So, it's not after school had ended, but he got back from Sona's house. So let's write that down. What is this? I don't know why this is all... Okay, skip this because it's November now, it's not Halloween. Okay. We're doing great so far when it comes to the writing. Speaking of which, we're gonna add the word count. And yes, because it's November, it is also NaNoWriMo. Am I going to be doing NaNoWriMo? Yes. Am I doing the full 50,000 words? Probably not. But we'll try it. Let's do this. With his eyes toward the ceiling. He had just gotten back from Sona's house. Slight debate. What makes something human? Jake was human. That made him not human. There isn't anything he could think of that made him not human. Humans have friends. This is just gonna be a moment of Jake just talking to himself, reassuring himself. Humans have friends, Jake told himself. Sona has friends, so she's human. And just as much time it took Jake to make this argument, already tell it was flawed. And of course, what is also flawed is my spelling. We can have here, Jake, comma, it's time for dinner. Call down. Him down. Be there in a minute. Jake continued staring at the ceiling. Until to beep, telling him it was 6 o'clock. I don't know what I was going with this actually. Now I have to either skip a whole scene or just start writing this scene. So I'm thinking of skipping it. And wow, I've been reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy a bit, and now I really want to start writing in a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy style. But that is not the style of this book. So we're not going to do that. You know what we could use right now? Thanks for watching, everyone. But do keep still watching. And make sure you leave a comment. It's a requirement now. Every single episode of this, we're going to have that play. Jake continued to think to himself. Yep, here we go. This is how we're going to get them to go. Robotics. That's the place was made. The thought couldn't escape Jake's mind. Innovative robotics. The dinner table was awfully quiet. The dinner table was awfully quiet. But to Jake, his thoughts made up for the lack of noise. A couple days prior, he would think that a debate about the humanity of robots was a useless one that only was talked about in random table conversations. But now Jake found himself spending the majority of his day thinking about it. Sona human? What makes her different from any other robot? Well, she did used to be human until she died. Jake countered his thought. And then fell into a sub debate of the ship of Theseus. I don't know how it's spelled. Thank you, Google, for telling me how it's spelled. Yeah, so my thought process here is that you can make that connection between the ship of Theseus and Sona going from human to robot, but really there's not much of a connection. Okay. I'm getting nowhere with this. Oh crap, I did spell it right. What does it matter if Sona can be considered human anyway? She's human to me. So how was your day, Jake? You're at Sona's house a moment ago. Now, you may notice me purposely hiding the fact of Jake's uh, parents' names, and it's because they don't have names. Um, yeah, they don't. In fact, Jake's parents, you don't even see them in the first drafts. This is actually a new thing to me. I have no idea what they look like or who they're like, so they're going to be super generic, and we're going to try to avoid them as much as possible. Broke the silence. No. Okay. It was good. You were just talking to each other. Then I headed back immediately after. Calm down, computer. Is that so? Seem to have your mind twisted up about something. Jake's father was exactly the kind of engineer that Jake wanted to be. In the sense that an engineer tries to identify a problem and solve it. In the same sense, it is also clear that it's also very passionate about their job. No, he lied. Just him thinking about robots. Robots? Yes, robots. What about robots? You're not feeling the class, are you? No, I was just thinking. Jake thought about just asking what they thought about the whole human robot idea, but decided that it was not the best idea. About robots. About a company in Mississippi. It's called Innovative Robotics. thinking about going there sometime. With Sona. And important detail. This is one of those moments in the book. In the book, it is never said where Sona and Jake live, but I know where they live. And so I'm going to have an accurate amount of time it would take to go from where Sona lives, roughly, to Mississippi. So let's see. By car, it would take roughly 2 days by car. And they can't go by plane because Sona is a robot. Mississippi? That's a 2-day drive. You're not planning on going there now, are you? Okay. No, but I mean, could we? Sometime soon, at least? Sometime soon, at least. Besides, we already completed all the end of year tests. You must think I'm crazy if drive on with your friend to the other side of the country to go to this innovative robotics place. It sounds crazy, but I won't be alone. Johnson, or he wouldn't say Johnson. Sona's father will come also. Let him go. Nope, not Sona's mom. Sona's mom is dead. Very much dead. There, no part of Sona's mom that is organic is with us. Jake's mom chimed in. He can visit some of his college choices on the way. You're with him on this? Turned his head to the right. Actually, to the left. Fine. Now, one may say that uh, Jake's parents are very accepting of this very sudden decision, but that's a later problem. This is a third draft problem that we'll deal with, and this is fine for now. Fine, but you're not leaving any sooner than a week from now. That works for me. Thank you. Jig didn't expect this turn of events, but was happy for them anyway. And I think I have a chapter 6 name now. Yep. How about chapter 6? Kind of want to be robot themed, you know? What about... No, robot theme wouldn't work for this. Chapter 6. We'll say it's called A Plan. Chapter 6, A Plan. So, let's see, how many words did we get in? Let's see. I think we got a good number. $562. Now, I think that made up for the 300 words I didn't write yesterday. And, yep, for NaNoWriMo, usually it's 50,000 words that you're trying to get in 1 month. I think we're going to try 10,000 words is the milestone, but we're going to try to reach a bit higher than that. I suspect that we'll make it to chapter 8 or 9. I don't know. First draft, we had a bunch of chapters and went up to 17. I'm thinking second draft, we try a bit less chapter number, and we'll see how that goes. And I'm also going to try to write more often and then just make a, like, I don't know, an amalgamation of the different clips of me writing into one premiere. I think that would work better than me just looking back at it after a week, just like, okay, where were we? I have no idea what's happening. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for chiming along. This episode might have been really quiet. So that is why I must implore to you that you watch these videos in double speed. You'll want to watch them in double speed, okay? Trust me. And that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next premiere. And have a good day.